national capital. In Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has said very clearly that it's time for the capital to reopen and that we must live with coronavirus. So before I take this across to Anisha, listen into what Kejriwal said.
जो स्टैंड अलोन शॉप्स हैं, जो नेबरहुड कॉलोनी शॉप्स हैं और जो रेजिडेंशियल कॉम्प्लेक्स में शॉप्स हैं, वो सारी खुली रहेंगी। वो चाहे एसेंशियल आइटम्स की शॉप्स हों, चाहे नॉन एसेंशियल आइटम्स की शॉप्स हों, कोई भी शॉप्स हों। जो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड लोग हैं, टेक्नीशियन हैं, प्लम्बर हैं, इलेक्ट्रिशियन हैं, मैकेनिक हैं, सफाई कर्मचारी हैं, जो हमारे घर में काम करने वाले बाई आती है, लॉन्ड्री है, धोबी है, प्रेस वाला है, इस तरह के जो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड लोग हैं, उन लोगों को काम करने की इजाजत है।
So that was Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal summing up what's allowed and what's not in the red zones. Remember, all 11 districts of Delhi have been declared as a red zone. Anisha Mathur is joining us live from Delhi with more details on this. Anisha, I see behind you a lot more traffic movement, a lot more people on the roads. Do you feel that there's a sense of normalcy when you compare it to the previous 2 weeks and today? Do you feel that there's a lot more movement around you?
Well, Akshita, we've seen a lot of traffic movement this morning. We are at ITO, which is the main crossing for to go north, south, east or west in Delhi. And as you can see behind me, with the private offices as well as government offices coming back online, the traffic movement has also started. It is 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, and the infamous ITO traffic seems to be coming back to its old snarls. But what we also need to remember is that private offices are open at 33% capacity. Government offices, which are non-essential, are also open only with 33% attendance. Essential services have always been open. They were never stopped. But today, self-employed persons, electricians, plumbers, etc. are back. However, a lot of things have been left for the RWAs to also decide whether the colonies will allow these self-employed persons, particularly electricians, plumbers, maids, etc. to come in, has been left to the RWAs. Particularly with the summer coming in, a lot of the RWAs have started allowing the electricians and plumbers to come in. However, maids seem to be something that a lot of people are still wary about allowing in. Liquor shops we've seen are set to open, and there seems to be a crowd gathering outside liquor shops from the morning itself, and our reporters have been talking about this. The panwaris and cigarette shops as well as standalone shops in market areas, in residential areas are also opening. But we've been speaking to some of the shop owners, and some seem to be slightly confused about what exactly is a market area and what is a standalone shop. So will the police let them open or not? But it is very clear that the Delhi economy, the Delhi workforce is coming back, and the ITO crossing is a glaring example of it.
Okay, so a lot more traffic that I see behind you, very different from what we've been seeing in the last few weeks, where, the streets of Delhi have been resembling ghost streets, very few people on the roads. But today that seems to have changed because of the relaxation of some of those curbs there. But this will also prove to be a challenge for the administration in ensuring that this doesn't translate to a spread of coronavirus. Let's take this across also to our other reporters. Nolan Pinto is joining us live from Bengaluru. Nolan, important to highlight here that the Karnataka government has been advocating for the last many weeks relaxations of curbs in some parts of Bengaluru particularly. They've also been saying that liquor shops must open considering the state's revenue. So with the central government's order and directive on that front, there's no doubt that they will see this as a huge relief.
Well, Akshita, it's a big relief. In fact, to actually see people on the roads is something different, because you know that things can and could get back to normal. Akshita, let me just show you what's the situation as of now where I am. Liquor shops are open for sure in Bengaluru. 9 o'clock onwards, in fact, sharp 9, they have opened. This is on St. Mark's Road. This is a wine store. and you can clearly see that people are being made to stand in a proper line, in a queue. Earlier they would just rush in, but now there is social distancing. They have to wear their masks. It is compulsory. It's an order by the Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike that if you do not wear your mask when you come out, you will be penalized. 1,000 for the first, 2,000 for the second. So apart from that, there is also some sort of traffic on the roads. This is St. Mark's Road, a part of the central business district. Now, Akshita, the government over here wants the economy to start, and that's one of the reasons, Bengaluru being the Silicon Valley, 33% of the staff are actually allowed to go to work. But from our sources, they tell us that not more than 5 or 6% will be actually allowed to go to work now. Most of them will be at home. It'll be work from home as usual. But for the ones who actually go back to work, there are rules and regulations. Things are no more normal. You have to wear your mask, hand sanitizers, your systems will be kept spaced across each other. So things have changed. Yes, Bengaluru is still in the red zone, and this has been a contentious issue between the state and the centre. And that's one of the reasons why the Revenue Minister has written to the centre stating that out of 198 wards, 154 are clean. There are no cases over there, so you cannot classify entire Bengaluru, which is the powerhouse of Karnataka as far as the economy is concerned, as a red zone. So open up those 154 zones and let us focus on the containment zones for those rest.
So that clearly is a bone of contention between the state and the centre. There's no doubt, however, that there's not going to translate into a tussle, considering it's a BJP-ruled state in Karnataka as well. Shalini Lobo is getting us the latest updates from Chennai. Shalini, in a city like Chennai, the fact that there is some relaxation of curbs will mean both good news and bad news. Yes, Chennaiites will be relieved that the lockdown in some way or the other has been lifted because of those relaxations. But the current situation in Chennai itself is very, very worrying. And you wonder whether this kind of a relaxation of curbs will lead to a further spike in cases.
Well, Akshita, in the last couple of days, Chennai witnessed more than 100 cases. Yesterday, out of the 266 cases in the state of Tamil Nadu, 203 were from Chennai district alone. What the government has done now, they said in containment zones, section 144 will stand. Apart from the containment zones, you can have standalone shops, groceries and essentials functioning. For groceries and essentials, the timing given is 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. For standalone shops, which is your hardware, your cement, your stationery, everything except your mobile shops, except hair salons and barber shops, they can be open from 11 a.m. in the morning till 5 p.m. in the evening. People who are electricians, plumbers, they can get passes from the Chennai Corporation and then they can go about their work. Domestic help can get passes and go to their workplace. However, if they need help or if they face an inconvenience doing so from the Chennai operation, the house owner can get a pass for them online and give it to them. So these are some of the rules set in place. IT companies in Chennai can function with 10% of their staff, provided the IT company picks them up and drops them. They have been instructed not to take in employees from containment zones. SEZs can function as well in Chennai, but with a minimal workforce of 25%. Outside Chennai, in non-containment zones, industries can function with about 50% workforce. However, they have stated that the workplace needs to be disinfected twice a day, and there always has to be a medical facility on standby or medical facility that can reach very quickly as well. These are the rules set in place, hard and fast, and people have been told follow social distancing and wear a mask at all points in time.
Okay, Shalini, stay on with us. As we get you a sense of the situation in metro cities, before I take this across to Nilanshu Shukla, who's getting us the updates from Lucknow, let's focus on the city of Mumbai, because the state of Maharashtra itself is the worst affected state by coronavirus, but the government in Maharashtra has also eased curbs in non-containment zones. The Maharashtra government has allowed the functioning of standalone shops, including liquor shops in all zones, except for, of course, the containment areas. Standalone shops selling non-essential items will operate in red zones. Construction activities in all red zone districts will be allowed, provided the workers are available and staying on site. Malls and complexes, of course, will remain closed. Maharashtra has reported 678 fresh cases in the last 24 hours, with the total cases crossing the 12,900 mark, with over 500 deaths. Here's a report filed by Kamlesh.
Maharashtra government on Sunday has issued certain relaxation in containment zone as well. Now Mumbai, being a metro city, is falling under the red zone, but in spite of that there will be certain relaxations that the state government has announced. Now we are in the Dadar area of Mumbai. Now according to the relaxations, 5 non-essential shops will also remain open, but containment zones will continue to have all those restrictions. So as you can see, shops slowly have started to open, but one of the major disadvantages, if we can say, about the relaxation that is being given is that we are seeing these type of crowds on the streets of Mumbai at this point. People here, this is a bus stop at Dadar TT, and as you can see, people have gathered in large number on the streets to take buses to their respective offices or any establishments where they work. And you can see social distancing has gone for a complete toss. Almost at least hundreds of people gathered here at the bus stop to catch the bus, and with little or no social distancing at all. And the number of people coming in is slowly increasing here. So the state government, though, has announced certain relaxation, they will also see to it that these type of crowdings have to be contained, unless otherwise this will lead to more problems, especially given the fact that Mumbai has the maximum number of cases. With camera person Raju Inamdar, Kamlesh Sutar in Mumbai for India Today.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.